ways. Great. Is that better or worse? Oh, it's worse. Keep it this way. You're my bunny that I love. Woo! That's just for you, Team Rewatch. Oh, I wonder if I can share this on my old Pahone, since you know. You're my bunny that I love. Ooh, ooh. There it is. Share Discord. Look at me learning how to do things. Links. Going live links. And spooky. Spooky. Boom. Sent. Shared. Herod. There. Shared. Lovely. Well, hello, everyone. When everyone does hello arrive. Now live on your channel. Oh my God. All right. How is everybody? Oh my God, I didn't wash my hands. Let me wash my hands. In the meantime, you can watch, maybe, perhaps. Don't judge my blue eyeliner. My bonnet. There she is. What is going on? I'm telling you, it's like crooked. This and this and this. And then it's still droopy. This whole thing fell over a minute ago. All right, watch the bunny. Hi, Kathy Lee. I'm going to wash my hands. I forgot to. Ah. It's the world's loudest sink handle. Ouch, that water is hot. Good grief, that is scalding hot water. Ouch. Ouch. There's my bunny. Ouch. Hello, Catelyn Dwong. I haven't eaten it yet, just like last time. I love you, bunny. You're my baby. Hi. I love you. She's like, do you need me? No. Nope, I just love you. That's all. Okay. There we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. This thing is broken. I'm telling you. I dropped it in the street today. So that's broken. Oh well. Oh. Well, today is going to be fun. Oh, it's so far up. How do I get it down here where I am? In the gutter. Join me down here in the gutter. Well, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I don't know what I just did to the microphones, but today is gossip newspapers from 1911. You're going to have to listen to the creaking of this lazy boy recliner because this is where I'm doing this. What do I do with my... I might need my glasses. I guess I could, like, expand it. Hello, Perez. Yay! So here's what happened. I was looking up Native American battles in the newspapers. I was looking up sacred objects. I was looking up psychic predictions. And what I found is this article that hooked me right away. I'm so hungry. Let's not talk about meat. But it hooked me right away, even though I was like super tired. And it was probably 1 o'clock in the morning. And then it led me down this rabbit hole. Sorry, Bunny, but it did. Thank you, Matthias. I ended up being up till 3:30 in the morning looking up this one story because I had to find out what happened next. So I'm going to share that with you. Hi, Bunny that I love. Hi. I might have to ooh, big stretch. I might have to let her out at some point so she can like be around. Okay. Come along with me on this gossip column from 1911, and it's going to go for years. Luckily, you and I don't have to wait for that because we're in the future. So in 1911, in October, almost Halloween, this is the headline. Was told she would be divorced and die. Witness tells of faith of woman to psychic woodsman's prediction. I don't know what the faith thing is about, but it says story of Maine trip is given, which what happened on this trip? I think you know. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Mateus. Affidavits show accused wife called guide by husband's name. Now, these are the weirdest headlines that do not explain anything. But you just wait. You just stick with me because this is going to be like Gossip Girl 1911. This is high society millionaires, which nowadays would be billionaires because, like I said, this is over 100 years ago. So a millionaire back then, very wealthy now. All right. And it's in New York. These are debutantes, very rich people. October 26th. Amelia Carstairs Ferguson. She's our star. Okay. She's our Blake Lively. The beautiful young matron sued for divorce by Walter Ferguson. Are you in Houston? Do I sound like I'm in Houston? Can you give me a happy birthday? It's my birthday. Happy birthday, basketball king. Swish. Can you buy you a fish sandwich? Sure. Download it to my McDonald's app. I'm just kidding. I don't know what that happened. Okay. Walter Ferguson Jr. And rich Stamford, Connecticut manufacturer is convinced that Ferguson will get his divorce and that soon after she must die. Thank you, Leslie. This is my Cinderella makeup. I put pickles in my tuna fish sandwiches. That's what you're supposed to do. Thanks. Thank you, Brandon. Okay. Let's see. So she's already rich, and she married a man who was also already rich, and then he said he wanted a divorce, and it says this belief that she's going to die is based on a spiritualistic performance of George T. Graham, the Maine woodsman. And that's Maine as in the state. Not like he's my main man, like Maine woodsman, named in the husband's suit. Oh no. Oh no. This person is stupid. We can't have stupidity. Oh no. Oh no. So let's see. The fact was disclosed in the testimony at the divorce hearing before Judge Curtis. Judge Curtis is having none of this. I'm going to show you a picture of him soon, and you're going to see that he's like over it. He watches this big gossip thing happen in the high society pages from his bench the same way that I watch commercials about Kardashian shows. It's the same exact expression. You'll see. Okay. Let's see. In the Superior Court in Bridgeport, the witness, Mrs. Dorcas McFarland. That's her real name. Thank you, Kathy Lee. So Mrs. Dorcas McFarland is our star witness. And if it wasn't for her, this would have gone a completely different way. I'm sure she and our main star are not friends anymore. They used to be. Not anymore. Okay. So Mrs. Dorcas McFarland, a masseuse of Stamford, who treated Mrs. Ferguson in the spring of 1909. So this has been going on for a couple of years already, okay? She said Mrs. Ferguson confided in her that she loved Graham better than anyone living, including her husband, and that he loved her. And then, according to the witness, Dorcas, Mrs. Ferguson told her that the woodsman, this is George, had gone into a trance and told her that her husband did not love her anymore. And Mrs. Ferguson and Mr. Ferguson would sue for divorce and that she would die shortly afterward. Victory, we're not talking about Marilyn tonight. It's Spooky Saturday. But there's a lot of, I wouldn't call it worship unless you consider do you consider MAGA worship? Do you consider being a Kardashian fan worship? Do you consider being a Cubs fan worship? This and more on the next Marilyn Monday. Perez, I'm hungry. Stop talking about food. All right. The witness also testified that when she had rebuked Mrs. Ferguson, the latter pointed, so she's getting massage, right? And Dorcas says, oh, well, while I was giving her a massage, Mrs. Ferguson said that she loves George the woodsman more than anyone else, and he loves her. And he said her husband doesn't love her anymore, and he's going to sue for divorce, and then she's going to die. And he's like, oh, I went into a psychic trance. That's how I know that. And she believed him. And then Dorcas is like, yeah, I don't know if I'm believing all the weird stuff that you just said. And she says, she points to a photograph, because this is like an in-home massage, because she's a rich lady in 1911 and she's not going to go out and get a massage somewhere else. You come to me. So anyway, she points to a photograph of George Graham, and says, that is the man I love. I was wondering if you could explain why you need 60 votes. Oh my God, who cares? Stand a man. Right now you have an opportunity to expand your mind and be experiencing other things that are not politics, like other people, community, jokes, friendship, old gossip news from 1911. You're welcome. Are you going to squander this opportunity, or are you just going to enjoy it? Just embrace it. It's not politics. It's our government. That's like saying it's not seafood, it's shrimp. Like, durr. Oh God. I am not in the mood for this today. I need everybody to get it together. Get it together. This is not TikTok. You are on YouTube right now. We are grown-ups. Get it together. If you're going to act like little teenage idiots, little junior high dumbasses, then I'm going to kick you out forever, because I found out today that one of my really, really good friends of like 15 years is dying. So if you guys could just get your shit together for a second and focus on something positive with me, that would be great. Thanks, you insensitive a-hole. Okay. Calvin, you better think about it before your stupid fat fingers type something stupid in my chat. All right. Get it together, people. Get it together. Go wash your face. Thank you. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So this is the man I love. I love George T. whatever his name was. and Graham, and he's a woodsman. And he thinks he psychically predicted my husband would divorce me. And he psychically predicted that he would win this divorce. And he psychically predicted that I would then die and perish soon after. Oh my God, I'm mean. Calvin, did I hurt your feelings? Okay, yeah, so you guys just really can't function in society. You're just the kind of like iPad kids that can't function in society and never learned how to be normal people. Little COVID iPad kids. Do better. Represent your people better. Represent your generation better. Courtney, you fucking idiot. I'm reading a newspaper from 1911. Oh my God. What is going on? Hey, Kathy Lee, you have my permission to just permanently ban literally anybody. How about that? You can permanently ban anybody. There are no restrictions on you. You can burst through your shackles, and if you see even the slightest little sass, you can be all about it. Well, Isabella, are you ready to be banned from this one? I'm just gonna I'm not having it today. Authorized. Okay. So for all those of you who have been having fun and enjoying this content, let's continue. Because there's enough dumbassery in the world that we don't need any here. Okay. So she's in love with a woodsman. Mrs. Ferguson, according to the witness, remembered the witness is Dorcas, the masseuse. I ate French fries today, so that's why I was screaming. Let's see. So Mrs. Ferguson, according to the witness, said a specialist treating her for nervous diseases, more than one. So she's going to die soon. Does it have something to do with nervous diseases? Okay. Told her that Graham's presence would soothe her. So this woodsman was prescribed to her because she had a nervous diseases, just all of them. So she took this prescription way serial. And thank you. Yeah. Let's see. So his presence would soothe her. Mrs. Ferguson was quoted as having added, she hoped when she died, according to Graham's revelation, her daughter would be reared under the influence of Graham rather than of Ferguson, her father. Her fatter. Okay? Oh my God. So this woman is cheating, right? She's cheating. We can assume because she's in love with him and he's in love with her. We can assume she's cheating with a woodsman that was prescribed to her. And now she wants the woodsman to raise their daughter. Oh my God. How long has this been going on? All right. So Mrs. Ferguson professed implicit belief in Graham's spiritualistic powers. So this guy who predicted that she would get a divorce and die, she believes so strongly in him, raise my kid, right? Oh, Kathy Lee, I'm so sorry. You can please don't worry too much. I'll still kick people out. I'm fine doing that too. But if you would like to, don't feel like if you miss one, it's totally okay. Or if you miss them all, or if you would rather go play, it's totally fine with me. Thank you, Kathy Lee. Okay. So, and then John J. O'Brien, a Stamford plumber, testified that he saw Mrs. Ferguson and Graham walking on Strawberry Hill, Stamford, locked in each other's arms and kissing passionately. Ah, scandal. Ah, scandal. Point, shoot, one. What does that mean? Okay. You're welcome to stay. So now we have a masseuse and a plumber who have both been like, they are definitely doing it. And then it says, gave Woodman, now it's not woodsman, it's just woodman. Gave Woodman fine clothes is the subheader. Further evidence was to the effect that Mrs. Ferguson allowed her infatuation for Graham to lead her to reckless extravagances in his behalf, and finally led her to an excursion in his company from New York City to Maine off the steamer White Star. The White Star Line is what Titanic was on. This chair came with this house. There's two of them, actually. Graham claimed to be... Okay, so Graham is the woodman. What is happening in the world? I'm so sad for you guys. Graham claimed to be possessed of wonderful psychic powers, that he was a trance medium. And Mrs. Ferguson, it was said, believed he required only the refining influences of polite society and an education to make him a social lion. Oh, I can fix him. I can save him. Don't know who that is, but thanks. Let's see. I don't know what a social lion is. I've met a lot of Leos. It doesn't sound like something I would want to be, but whatever, it's fine. It's what she wants. That she had many photographs of the woodsman, taken at great expense by Peary MacDonald, the famous photographer of one, is one of the many items of extravagances the petitioner seeks to establish. This is an old newspaper, so it's hard to read anyway. Like the ones before us. Nothing new under the sun. Yeah. So she's actually, in 1911, she was actually paying professional photographers to come go, psh, like what was it? The Jaguaros that I talked about last week. She's having professional photos taken of this woodman in very expensive suits from New York City. Oh. What, your zodiac sign? I'm a Cancer, if you can't tell. Okay. Affidavits from jewelry and clothing salesmen and others. So the entire community, all of society, is well aware and willing to testify. She cheatin'. I don't know what that is. Autumn. So affidavits from jewelry and clothing salesmen and others were introduced to show that Mrs. Ferguson, after she had bestowed much of her husband's clothing, including full dress suits, she took her husband's clothing out of his closet and gave it to the man she's sleeping with on the side. So her husband's like, hey, what gives? Where's my suit? Oh, I gave it to my boyfriend. I mean, he's not my boyfriend. Anyway, she had bestowed much of her husband's clothing, including full dress suits, on the ignorant trapper. What does that tell you? Let's look at this in 1911 eyes. If they're going to call this woodman ignorant, what does that really mean? What is the subtext? What does that tell us about him? He doesn't get any time in this, by the way. Nobody asks him anything this whole time. So you will not be hearing from George. But anyway. You just came in here and you want to be a mod. Oh, yeah. No. I have a mod. I only need one, I think. I'm fine. Maybe soon, though, I might have a team, because this is crazy sometimes. Look at this. This is crazy. Actually, is it over here for you guys? I don't know where chat is for you, but what's happening out there? Everybody get it together. Pull it together. All right. Let's see. Oh, ignorant trapper had taken him to a number of the leading New York establishments to deck him with finery such as he had never dreamed of when he was stalking big game through the Maine forests. Again, this is Maine the state and not my main man. Hi, Huddy Buddy. Chat is a train wreck. It's a train wreck. Chat is a train wreck. A bunch of crazy people that have never been outside. Crazy people that have never had a friend. Crazy people. There's definitely children in here. iPad kids. Do you surf? It's been a real long time, friend. Okay. Now, another subheader. Steamer trip described. They went away on a steamer? What's going to happen on the steamer ship? Oh, high society. Feel like I'm watching Glass Onion or something. Knives Out. All right. But more serious was the evidence of a private detective. Husband wanted the receipts. Husband wanted the receipts. He hired a private detective and an affidavit of a porter of the Maine steamship. Only 2 witnesses were heard yesterday. They were Elliot Norton of Rector Street, New York City, scion of a famous Cambridge family. I only know scion as a car, so I don't know. Yes, a Cleveland steamer. Stanley steamer. And Thomas J. Dunn of Newark, New Jersey, a private detective of New York. Is he of New York or New Jersey? Let's get it straight. Norton, who is a lawyer from New Jersey and New York and everywhere, said he made an appointment with Mrs. Ferguson at a New York hotel where she had an apartment and tried to advise her. He said Mrs. Ferguson appeared surprised when he remonstrated against her conduct with Graham. She was like, "What? Am I not allowed to explore my body with this man that I'm not married to?" Oh my God. What do you mean? Surprised. She's surprised. Really? The witness said when he spoke about her excursion through the woods with Graham, she protested she saw nothing wrong in that, and to sustain her position, she mentioned the names of 2 young women, daughters of a prominent New York lawyer who had done the same thing. Prominent New York lawyer, is that our witness here? Is that the private eye? Whoops. Your daughters have done exactly that, and I don't see you yelling at them about it. You're just yelling at me because I'm rich. This story is crazy. So that was the first article that I read, and I was like, oh. She was like, I'm going to tell everybody that your kids. Oh my God. The drama, the scandal. And then I was like, I have to know more about this story. So I copied her name and I dropped it into a search engine and I put it search oldest newspapers to most recent. And then I found the following and I kept them in order so that you guys can follow the story with me because it kept me up all night and I had to know. I was going to try to save it to experience it with you. Everybody just left, but I couldn't help it. I had to know. So here we are. Mrs. Ferguson on stand and denies husband's charges. Did George Graham ever embrace you? Emily Carstairs Ferguson was asked. Oh my God, it looked like the word naked because These newspapers are not printed well anymore. They're very old. Did George Graham ever embrace you? She was asked in the Superior Court this morning. Quote, he did not, replied the wealthy Philadelphia woman who is being sued for divorce by Walter Ferguson, Jr. of Stamford. It was the opening of the defense in the sensational divorce trial in which Ferguson has claimed his wife was too fond of Geo Graham. Oh my God, can we please start calling guys named George Geo? That is amazing. Geo, yes. Another car. The handsome Maine guide. So this newspaper is calling him handsome, whereas the last one called him ignorant. This one's more open-minded. Mrs. Ferguson was asked numerous questions regarding her business relations with Graham. She declared Graham was merely an employee. The guide, she thought, was about 27 years old at the time he was employed at the Ferguson camp at Moosehead Lake, Maine. Graham was a wonderful canoeman and was able, energetic, and satisfactory in every way as a guide. The defendant denied she had stayed in the woods with Graham for 5 weeks, as had been alleged. She and Graham had gone away 3 or 4 days, but it was the custom for one guide to be assigned to the same individual day after day. Ferguson told her to have Graham look after her, and even instructed the guide to do various services for her, the witness said. Mrs. Ferguson declared her husband cared nothing for hunting. It bored him, he said, and he was willing that his wife and the guide should make trips into the woods without him. You were invited, honey. Why didn't you just come? You could have totally come. He's probably glad he didn't go. Hi there, Ryan. Mrs. Ferguson made several statements about her husband's relation. So you remember how, totally. Hi, Midnight Rider. How are you doing? So she's like, you're going to say that what I'm doing is untoward? Well, don't your 2 daughters do the same thing I'm doing? And then she's like, oh, my husband thinks it's improper for me to go away with another man for weeks at a time? Well, my husband has relations with Miss Dorothy Taylor, who has been frequently mentioned during the trial. The witness, Mrs. Ferguson, said that in the winter of 1907, when the Fergusons were in California, her husband paid a great deal of attention to Miss Taylor. He frequently went motoring. That means driving in a car with a motor. My favorite food is cosmic apples with sunflower butter. Let's see. He went motoring and also horseback riding with the pretty Pennsylvania girl. Oh. He's doing it first. He started it. Why is he mad at me? Oh, motoring. Well, this is 1911. Chum. Ferguson was very jealous of Miss Taylor, the witness said, and once became very angry when a Chinaman held a conversation with the girl. Do you see how it's 1911, all up in it? It's so 1911, you can't even get it off of there. After the Fergusons returned from California, they went to live at the Hotel Webster in New York. Miss Taylor came to visit there, and she and Ferguson were together a great deal. What were y'all doing, sir? Mrs. Ferguson declared she was neglected by her husband, who even took his meals separately. We don't even eat together. You're not even my roommate. I don't even know you. Who even are you? Oh, Bunny, I love you. People talked about the attentions paid by Ferguson to Miss Taylor, and the witness said she remonstrated. Remonstrated is a condition where you monstrate twice. I'm just kidding. So she's mad because the whole town is talking about him and Miss Taylor, a pretty Pennsylvania girl. I don't know what's going on in the chat. Our chat is crazy today. Ferguson told his wife Miss Taylor was lonely and had, quote, no one to love her. Oh, well, then it's okay. Go ahead, spend all your time with her. Then Mrs. Ferguson declared with a great show of bitterness, it was too bad he couldn't pay attention to his own wife. Drama. Order. Order in this courtroom. Order. Stop. What, Giselle? Thank you for telling me. How are you, by the way? Hi. I will go back and watch. I didn't get to watch his stream today because I was doing story time with blue eyeshadow on. Oh. I was greatly mortified at my husband's conduct because I loved him very much, testified Mrs. Ferguson. The witness made a long statement about the condition of her health, because she, remember, has all of the nervous illnesses and diseases for which she was prescribed a woodsman, a young, able woodsman. She said it had been necessary to perform a number of operations. Her physicians had told her it was absolutely necessary for her to lead an outdoor life and to remain in the open as much as possible. I have to be outside and my husband doesn't like it out there. Oh no. Hardwood was the cure. All right, so that's the end of that article. So I said, well, I have to know more. So here we go. That was October 28th, 1911. And now we are going to get a picture of her in court. This is a Maine guide named correspondent in divorce suit. All right, so I'm going to take this phone here and I am going to show you Miss Emily blah, 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 blah on the stand. Her husband is smiling because this is a circus and the judge don't give any cares at all. I told you, the judge is like me watching a commercial about a Kardashian show. He doesn't want to be there at all. Here we go. So that is Ms. Emily. Oh. And that is the defense. No, the prosecution, the lawyer. And that is her husband smiling away like she's making me look great. And the judge is like, I wish Twitter was invented. I'm going to hold this pen and pretend it's a smartphone and I'm playing Candy Crush. What a handsome woman. Ooh, her hat looks like more hair. These are real people, you guys. I can't even. I love it. I love it so much. Okay. So that is Miss Emily. Let me zoom in here. Miss Emily Carstairs Ferguson. She's Car and she's Stairs. Ferguson. Mrs. the First. And again, these are millionaires in the early 1900s. So, yikes. Hey, Mike. Oh, and then exactly. Ooh. Ooh. Talking about motoring. Motoring. What's your price for copyright strikes? So this one's a much shorter article, I think. Yes, much shorter. So here we go. Through the wildernesses of Maine. There's more than one wilderness of Maine, apparently. And she went through all of them. In their quest for game. Oh, it's rhymey. She playing Diana to the Nimrod. They are not subtle. She playing Diana to the Nimrod of George Graham, her big and handsome guy. Now he's big. Now correspondent in the divorce suit being tried against her at Bridgeport, Connecticut. Mrs. Walter Ferguson Jr. testified that she went on seemingly interminably until night bade them halt. Sorry, it's an old newspaper. Hello. Oh my God, I thought she said from the city of Jesus, and I was like, Jerusalem? Maine has trees. It does. Thank you. Nimrod was a legendary hunter in the Bible, and this article predates its usage. What? The Bible is less than 100 years old? Let me see. As pejorative in Looney Tunes. Oh, I see. So they probably were being flattering to him. Oh, yes. Yeah. No, yeah. Also, they were making a play on the word rod. Because she was definitely nimming his rod. Okay, so can I get banned for making up obscene things? We all know what it means. Anyway, the Bible being the Bible was a gossip column as well. Okay, so let's see. She went on seemingly interminably until night bade them halt. But her positive assertion that she never loved him took some of the romance from the narrative. What? I don't know. Silently, they pitched their tents. Guys, come on. This is not me. This is just... They pitched their tents, and while the moose called to its mate, they are drawing such a picture of tents being pitched and eek, eek. She said they slept in their respective tents till came the dawn. Oh, we had separate tents. It's certainly, I mean, hopefully no traction. Hopefully smooth ride. Then they were up again and trudging onward, the handsome guide always looking back to see that all was well with her. The suit is being heard before Judge Curtis. Everything is proper. Don't worry. Is that your real hair? No, I have roots in a wig that's very thin. It's made out of 3 hairs. I wove them together myself and made it look like there's more than 3. Then I folded it on itself. And then I made it look like it's been under a wig all day. And then I made it greasy for fun. All right, so let's look at the next article. I promise there will be more photos. I mean, more drawings. She paid to have professional photographs taken. And of all those photographs of this handsome and also apparently ignorant trapper keeper, they show us exactly 0. I've never seen a picture of this handsome woodsman that caused her to totally not cheat on her husband. Emily Carstairs Ferguson. This is now November 1911, so it has been a week since our previous article. Let's all overshare. Thank you, Mark Tripp. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, shiny. Oh, okay. No, it's fine. I'm a comedian, so I'm going to roast myself and you and your mom. Emily Carstairs Ferguson is currently on the spit to be roasted, whose husband, Walter Ferguson Jr. of Stamford, Connecticut, is suing for a divorce. Oop, didn't mean to click on that. Let's see. Naming correspondent George T. Graham, the psychic guide of the Maine woods. Again, this is the state of Maine and not my Maine man. While on the stand in the Superior Court of Bridgeport, Mrs. Ferguson testified on cross-examination that she had made presents of gold-mounted garters to the psychic guide and gave him, as a gift, suspenders valued at $40. Mrs. Ferguson denied all of the allegations of misconduct of which her husband accuses her with Graham while away on hunting trips. This picture shows Mrs. Ferguson and her daughter. Her daughter's name is Frances, but they haven't told you that yet. And this is dark. I'll show it to you anyway. Cinderella, yes. Thank you, Kathy Lee. All right, so I'm going to show you. Listening while you drive. Please drive safely, Mike. All right, so I'm going to show you this photograph, well, this picture of her and her daughter. Not a drawing. It does look like a photograph. Here we go. And her daughter looks lovingly up at her mother, and they both look like skin statues because of the bad old newspaper. Yes. So now I'm going to show you a lighter version of that picture, which is the only reason I saved this page, because it's the same basic text. Here we go. And this is better. There they are. Now it's a Xerox of a Xerox, but you can kind of tell that they're human. There you go. Mrs. Emily Carstairs. Forgot her name even though I just said it. There she is. Ferguson. Mrs. Ferguson. And her daughter Frances. You have shoulders. Thank you. I also have arms and legs, 2 eyes and a nose. All right. Mrs. Carstairs. All right, so now you've seen her and her daughter. So let's get back to the gossip. Oh. Mrs. Ferguson given scathing rebuke by lawyer. So this is now another week later in November 1911. I do have teeth. Hi, Casey. How are you? Wait a minute. Casey, don't you have a tour right now? Oh, God, I hope it's you and not me. Whoops. All right. Attorney Homer S. Cummings flays wealthy. Nobody uses the word flays anymore. It's such a good word. We should flay people, or we should say, never mind. Flays wealthy Philadelphia woman accused of infidelity by Stamford manufacturer. It is so hard for me, you guys, to keep saying Stamford and not Stanford because it's just so much easier to say. No tour. Oh. Oh. I always thought, wait. You came in the same time my friend Casey did, and he is a ghost tour guide with me, and you're not him? Wait. You guys showed up at the same time. And Casey comes in all the time and then later says that was him. So you're saying that you're not him. So who was him? It is freaky because now I don't know. Is everybody not who I think they are? Who are you people? How did you get in my house? Demons posing as dead people. If only. You're from Montana? Well, hello. All right. Well, I have always looked at you as if we were friends, IRL. And you know what? I'm going to continue to, because I've seen you in here so many times. And now I know that you are your own person, your own little magical Montana person. Michael Keaton is in Montana sometimes. Okay, so here we go. Emily Cost as Ferguson. Back to the gossip. Was given a severe arraignment this morning. You have to read it in this accent because this is how they talked back then. Some of these, like, older, once you get into like 1800s and older, some of these newspapers are almost impossible to understand because you're like, who talks like this? It feels like an assignment to read them, but they're fun. Oh no, retracted. What did it say? I can't do a Scottish accent. Well, maybe I can if I really worked on it. All right, so here we go. In the Superior Court, when attorney Homer S. Cummings made the opening argument in the sensational divorce suit brought by Walter Ferguson, Jr. of Stamford. You can't just say his name is Walt. You have to say Mr. Walter Ferguson, Jr. of Stamford. Attorney Cummings spoke for 2 hours and criticized Mrs. Ferguson harshly. Do you guys want to know what he said to this wife in this divorce court? Because I did, and I was going to go crazy if I didn't know. All right, let me center this better. It feels like they're all clutching their pearls. It does, and they are. They're like, sensational scandal in high society. He referred to Mrs. Ferguson's allegations that she had been neglected by her husband and that therefore she was thrown into the company of George Graham, the Maine guide, named as correspondent. She stated that seeing her husband in love with another woman, the pretty Pennsylvania girl, she had become reckless. Attorney Cummings declared Ferguson had not neglected his wife. Attorney Cummings referred to Ferguson as, quote, a dignified, high-minded gentleman who did his best, who did the best he could under the circumstances. What were the circumstances? Because she had all of the nervous diseases? Or because she believes in psychics? What? What are the circumstances? She wants to hunt and he doesn't like it. The lawyer exclaimed, I defy anybody to go through Ferguson's testimony and find anything that isn't true. In regard to the statement that Ferguson had been friendly with Miss Dorothy Taylor of Pennsylvania, Attorney Cummings said, quote, I hesitate to speak about the Taylor episode. It has no business in this case. It has been treated as light and frivolous, when in reality it is sad and tragic. Miss Taylor did not lead the plaintiff to neglect his wife. She is a woman of the highest reputation, and nothing can be said against her. What? They're like, don't you say anything bad about Miss Taylor. She didn't make him cheat on you. Well, you know what? That is a man in 1911 sticking up for the honor of Miss Dorothy Taylor of Pennsylvania. So thank you, sir. To not let her muddy the good name. Mrs. Ferguson, the lawyer stated, alleged she was distressed by her husband's fondness for Miss Taylor when they were in California in 1907. But it was a fact that she and Miss Taylor rode back to New York together in a private car. Y'all were friends. How can you say this about her? Y'all were friends. You went on a road trip across the country together in 1907. Do you know how long that must have taken in a private car that I guess galloped its way across the Pony Express? I don't know. Anyway, how dare she? So, her and the masseuse are not friends, Miss Dorcas. And her and Miss Taylor are not friends. And her and the plumber are not friends. And her and the detective are not friends. Never were. Attorney Cummings made scathing remarks about Mrs. Ferguson buying clothes and a ring for Graham and taking a long trip with him. Quote, "It was a case of wedding clothes, a wedding ring, and a wedding journey," he declared. But she's already married. They didn't get married. Roz in the backseat. The Nimrod. Hi, Tina. Welcome. We're in the gossip columns of the early 1900s. Oh, XOXO. Gossip Girl. High Society, New York. So he's accusing her of going and getting married to the woodman. But she's already married, so wouldn't that mean that it would not be an actual marriage and literally everyone would know? All right. The lawyer also devoted a few remarks about Mrs. Graham's. I didn't catch that last night when I was 3 a.m. rabbit holing this. He's calling her Mrs. Graham. Oh my God. Woo! That is some spicy meatball. Old-timey Judge Judy. Oh, we have all the tea parties here. Oh my. Mrs. Graham's testimony, which was of such a nature that Judge Curtis heard it in chambers. Oh my goodness, this is not suitable for the jury or for the court to hear. We must go into my chambers and then you can whisper it in my ear. Quote from the lawyer, her husband's lawyer, her soon-to-be ex-husband's lawyer. "It almost borders on insanity," he said. "She must have voluntarily filled her mouth with filth and then had to let it out." What kind of sentence is that? I'm going to repeat that. Her husband's divorce lawyer said she must have voluntarily filled her mouth with filth. What are you guys picturing? Don't say it in my chat. And then had to let it out. He is saying that she spits. The actions of George Graham also came in for criticism. What? Don't yell at the trapper. He is an able young man. Quote, "I cannot conceive of anything more disgusting than Graham's conduct in 1910, remarked the lawyer. It is beyond common decency." What did Graham do? What? Attorney Cummings talked for 2 hours. They already said that. He was followed by attorney, what is this name? Galen A. Carter of Stamford, who spoke for Mrs. Ferguson. Attorney Carter said he was glad of the opportunity to help remove a stigma from a woman's name. No, we are not talking about Miss Dorothy Taylor. He denied all the allegations made by Ferguson's lawyers and said there was no evidence to prove Mrs. Ferguson had been guilty of misconduct with the half-breed Indian guide. What? Whoa! Oh, order in this courtroom. Whoa! Where did that come from? Half-breed? Half-breed? That's why they called him ignorant in the first conservative newspaper that we read. That's why. Because he's Native American, and they were trying to make it sound like that means he's not smart. Meanwhile, every other newspaper is like, he was so good. And he's a psychic. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's coming to me. I see it right now. Your husband doesn't love you anymore. No. And he's going to get a divorce. No. And it's going to work, too. He's going to get his divorce. No! And then what? You will die. Oh, no! That was a psychic prediction if you just joined us. I just wanted to catch you up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. No. Oh no. Take it back. Take it back. All right. If you are just joining us, I found these news articles last night and I stayed up all night because I was absolutely hooked and I was very invested and I had to know what happened next because this is criminal. Oh, I ran out of pearls too clutch. Oh, so now we are November 21st. It has been a month of this trial. A month of this trial being all over the society pages. Oh my God. I hope you're all caught up now. So late November 1911. Headline. Judge Curtis grants decree to Ferguson. Wait, they're both named Ferguson. Which one is it? Here we go. Finds that millionaire's wife, who is also a millionaire herself, was indiscreet with half-breed guide. Oh, we're just going with that? We're just going to keep saying this now? This is the thing that we're just going to keep saying out loud in writing all over the world? Cool. Okay. Custody of only child not determined. I forgot about little Francis. Oh my God. What do we do? Do you wear makeup? No, my skin is naturally blue. I'm very sick. Custody of only child not determined. Wife loses her cross complaint and gets no alimony. The audacity that she even asked for it is amazing. Hey, man, Mike Jam. 1986. Are you a comedian? Because your name sounds like a comedian. Okay. Deciding, here's the article. I just read you the headline. So now we have an actual article. Here we go. What's going to happen? I don't know. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. Deciding that Emily Carstairs Ferguson was intimate with the half-breed Indian guide, he was a Native American, George Graham. George Graham does sound like a very Native name, doesn't it? George Graham. George T. Graham, the Trapper Keeper. Judge Curtis of the Superior Court today handed down a decision granting Walter Ferguson Jr. of Stamford. I told you we can only say the whole name. We can't just call him Wally. No, Roland, it's not. It's not possible. I mean, I could do pink up here and then purple out here. I could go all the way to my ears. Today in Florida, I saw oh my God. A divorce from the wealthy Philadelphia woman. That's right. I forgot to tell you. Emily Carstairs Ferguson is from Philly. I'm not saying that's why she trifling. I'm just saying she from Philly. The court finds that the acts... Oh, more than one. Yes, a Stamford dude. The acts took place on June 16th and 17th, 1910 on the steamer North Star. So not White Star, North Star now. Plying between New York and Portland, Maine. And on June 18th, 1910 at Kineo, Maine. So they actually kept it a little diary of the times that they named rods. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, all right. Judge Curtis says the other allegations regarding acts in 1909 in New York and in Portland, Maine are not proven. But we only need to prove a couple, right? If you've done it a couple of times, does it really matter how many? It's already happening. Do you get a divorce if it happens once? I would think that counts, right? Like, it is what it is. Anyway. Mrs. Ferguson filed, sorry, it looked like it said died. This is a very old newspaper. Filed a cross bill alleging intolerable cruelty. Not on Mr. blah, 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 on his good name. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Guilty. Cheater. Cheater. Order in this court. Order in this chat. Oh, thank you. That would be cool. Princess Di would be. Wait, Princess Di. You get it. Stop. Drama queen. Me? No. Never. I have never been called a drama queen in my life. Oh, I'll take that. All right, let's see. Soon turned out, had a copyright strike. Let's see. She claimed her husband's income. Oh my God. I need to make this bigger because the text is like so inky. Mrs. Ferguson filed a cross bill alleging intolerable cruelty. She claimed her husband's income is from $15,000 to $20,000 a year, and she wanted alimony. So that doesn't sound like a lot to y'all, but this is in 1911. He's a millionaire, and he makes $20,000 a year in 1911. That's a lot, okay? It's a lot. I don't do math, but it's like a lot. The court finds that the allegations of the cross complaint are not proven, and therefore the wife is not entitled to alimony. Nothing is decided regarding the custody of the little daughter, Frances. It is expected that the parties will have a conference and come to some agreement regarding the custody of the daughter. Why is that expected? Because so far, these two haven't agreed on anything. Not a thing. She cheated on me. Nuh-uh, he cheated on me, and I was driven into the arms of the man I did not cheat with. I want his money. But she gave my suits away. I bought suits. Yeah, but after you gave my suits away, these two are not getting along. And then they're calling names to the half-breed. Oh my God. Let's see. The court's memorandum is as follows. Quote. So this is now, I'm the judge now. The court finds that the allegations in paragraphs 1, 4, 6, and 7 of the complaint are proven, and that the plaintiff is entitled to a decree of divorce. The court finds that the allegations of the cross complaint are not proven. A decree will be formally entered when the question of this custody of the child is determined. The court trusts the parties will be able to agree as to the terms of the decree relating to the custody of the child, because the court hasn't been paying attention this whole time, apparently. He's bored. Ferguson is the son of Walter Ferguson. Oh, that's why we have to say Mr. Walter Ferguson Jr. of Stamford. Because, oh, Walter Ferguson is my dad. There it is. Were there no crimes back then? Months in court over this lady's reputation. I know. So, in other words, the judge didn't find out if the husband wanted the kid. Nobody asked, I guess. They were so busy talking about nonsense. Nonsense. And probably everybody couldn't see around her big hat. So they were just like, I don't know, playing jacks in the floor or whatever games they had back then. I don't know. Women couldn't vote back then. That's true. Okay. Mike Jim, I've been here for 8 years. I've been on YouTube for 8 years this month. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I missed my 8-year YouTube anniversary on the February 27th. Oh my God, it's March. You guys, I missed it. What is your purpose, though? Chaz, do women need to have a purpose to exist? Is that what's happening? Is that what this is about? Or is it because you don't know what a storyteller is throughout time? Thank you, Giselle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dingleberry, for sending one. Oh, thank you. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Yes. Yay, thank you. All right. What does that say? I don't know. I don't have my glasses on, so some of this I can't even see. Okay, so let's see. Ferguson is the son of Walter Ferguson Sr., who is reported to have made $20 million. What industry do you guys think the husband gets his money from? He is generationally wealthy. What do you think the industry was that his father made all of their money in? Stamford, yes. So Walter Ferguson Sr. is reported to have made $20 million in what industry? Printing press, good guess. Yep, 1911. So the previous generation of the 1911 wealthy divorcee people, newspapers, printing press. Okay, I'm getting a similar vibe from you guys. Okay, I wish it was newspapers. I'm so obsessed with them. I don't think anyone will ever guess. Trains, that's a really good one too. I would have never seen this coming. Steel, all right, thank you. Yes, steel industry. Oh, they are up. There was a Pennsylvania woman involved. That's a good guess. When I read this last night, I was like, stop. What? And I had to read it again because I was like, no way in this entire world. No, not possible that they just said this in the newspaper, that somebody actually said this in the newspaper in writing, like it's totally okay. Paper mill. All right, so we have a lot of very 1911-y kind of jobs here. Cattle, okay. Are you guys ready for it? The real answer? All right. Ferguson is the son of Walter Ferguson Sr., who is reported to have made $20 million in the Coke industry in Pennsylvania. In 1911, are they talking about soda? They just... Remember, Coke is a fuel. It certainly is. It certainly is. No. Oh, my God. I wish I had a teacup because... Oh, he got Coke money. Those Amish were getting... Ah! No, but wasn't it in the soda? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Medicine. So big pharma... Big pharma out there making millionaires who get cheated on with native Maine men. $20 million in 1911. 1908 is that when Coca-Cola came out? My God, you guys. The elder Ferguson has a fine country place at Stamford and also has a big estate on Fisher's Island. I bet he does. I missed that train. A lumberjack in Maine. Coke is a byproduct of the coal industry. Oh, that is less scandalous today. Stanford dude. Young Ferguson, so his son, is not a coke man. He's not a cokehead. He is interested in a motor works in Stanford. Motor in! I'll divorce my wife. Mrs. Ferguson is connected. $20 million in 1911 is equivalent to purchasing power to approximately $684.7 million to $685 million in 2026. Dude. Wow. Wow. The famous Ronald McDonald. I bet you didn't get a lot. You didn't. I bet you didn't get you a lot of Coca-Cola. Yeah. Something Productions wants a shout out, and I cannot read the random letters before your name. My family was first in Maine. Still have an island with our name? That's so cool. Are you the Fergusons? Are you of the Ferguson Coke family? Can you imagine being able to say that? I want to go on Ancestry.com and be like, Mr. Ferguson was my great-great-great-grandfather. I was associated with an island. Oh, are you on a list for that island? Shout out to frog balloons. Okay. Like in Shrek? Because that's what I'm picturing. Cool. Let's see. Mrs. Ferguson is connected with a prominent Philadelphia family because she was independently, generationally wealthy before all of this happened anyway. She didn't need her husband's money. With an island. That's right. Oh. Different kind of island. Ferguson alleged that his wife became infatuated with George Graham while the latter was acting as a guide in the Ferguson camp at Moosehead Lake, Maine. That's still there. So they had their own camp at Moosehead Lake, which is still nice. He declared Mrs. Ferguson frequently went on long trips in the woods with Graham, and that she took the guide to New York, where she bought him costly presents. Some of the presents were gold garter buckles, gold suspender buckles. Ooh, buckles. Oh my gosh, buckles? No, stop. She bought him buckles. You can't buy anyone buckles. Those are like underwear. You can't just buy somebody buckles. And they're gold? Oh my God. Scandal. And gold suspender buckles. Rings. I thought it was a wedding ring. Now it's more than one ring. Oh my God. Promise ring, engagement ring, wedding ring, mood ring. What next? Toe ring? Oh my God. Nose ring? What are we talking here? Silk pajamas. You can't wear those in the woods. Oh my God. Take my word for it. You can't wear silk pajamas in the woods unless you have a safari team and a safari guide. And silk shirts. Well, who doesn't like those? Yo. Yes, Moosehead. Did you know Marilyn hung out in South Central LA back in the day? Yeah, she was born there. Pajamas with feet in them. Silk-footed pajamas. The little onesies. Mrs. Ferguson admitted that she took an interest in the guide, but denied any wrongdoing. She said Ferguson neglected her and that he paid too much attention to Miss Dorothy Taylor of Pennsylvania. Nothing against Miss Taylor's reputation was said, however. The Fergusons were married April 22nd, 1895. So they were married from 1895 to this divorce in November 1911. I mean, sorry about it. That's a long time that she's sunk into, and that he's sunk into this cheating, trifling woman. Woo. All right. So then we're going to skip ahead a little bit in the timeline because I had to know and I didn't care for all of this drama. I was like, I need to know right now what happens. Old school actors. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Eddie. This is my Cinderella eyeshadow. That's too long. It is, right? If they're both like unhappy and they're both cheating and they're both like blowing their money on someone. Orko, I didn't date anyone in the 90s because I was a baby. I was only wee. All right. So now we are in December 1911. So now it has been a month since the divorce was granted, and now we are finishing this custody agreement. They finally somehow figured out custody. Mrs. Ferguson may see her daughter through a window from across the street. I'm just kidding. So Judge Curtis rules that little Frances Ferguson may visit divorced mother twice a month. Every other weekend. God dang. They were like, you cheating hussy. The custody of little Frances Ferguson. So now I guess we have to call her that. And Mr. Ferguson. Oh, yeah. Little Frances Ferguson, daughter of Walter Ferguson Jr. of Stamford and Emily Carstairs Ferguson, the wealthy Stamford couple, who were recently divorced, was formally awarded to Ferguson this afternoon by Judge Curtis in the Superior Court. The court ordered that Mrs. Ferguson be allowed to see the child twice a month, and also that the child may visit the mother during a part of the summer vacation. But this order is made with the condition that the home surroundings shall be suitable during the child's visits. You can't have that man over there. You can't have her around some half-breed mountain man. He's dirty. He don't know how to behave in polite society. You better make it acceptable. Oh my God. When Judge Curtis granted Ferguson a divorce about a month ago, he said he would not enter a formal divorce until the parties had agreed regarding the custody of the child. He was like, you guys better figure this out or I'm not even going to do this. We're not doing this. And they were like, oh, no, but I hate her so much. Oh, I hate her so much. What? We have to agree on something? We're trying to get divorced because we can't agree on something and you're not going to let us unless we agree on something? Isn't that counterproductive? Sorry. What are we talking about? What's going on? Stamford, Greenwich, and that whole area is posh old money till this day. Yeah, because they bought real estate and then they never sold it. And they just been holding on to it with their tight, cold, dead hands. Happy weekend. Thank you. Daylight savings. Oh, God. I don't think about daylight savings time. I just rely on the fact that my phone's going to do it for me and I'll just be tired and I don't want to do it anymore. Raise your hand emoji if you're over daylight savings time and you want to just skip it this year. All right. Let's see. Oh, the custody of the child who is 12 years old. Like I said, these are old newspapers. It does suck. Boo. I do. ER, whatever those letters mean. Rip it off. All right, let's see. Lawyers representing Mr. and Mrs. Ferguson had a conference in court today, so they didn't even show up to this. They were like, go handle this for us so that we can be done. I have tea. and finally made the agreement, which Judge Curtis signed. At present, the child is attending a private school in Stanford and is living with her grandparents in that place. So she's not even around. She's like, somebody want to just tell me what I'm doing? Oh, I love it. Yeah. She's like, just tell me where I'm going after school. The Ferguson divorce trial was one of the most startling ever heard in this state of New York. There was a lot of shame on you. There was a lot of nuh-uh. And there was a lot of Anyway. The plaintiff, named as co-respondent George Graham, a half-breed Indian guide with whom it was alleged Mrs. Ferguson was infatuated. It was charged that Mrs. Ferguson and the guide took long trips in the Maine woods together. Mrs. Ferguson denied any wrongdoing and made a countercharge of intolerable cruelty. And now she can't see her daughter, so who was cruel? Who? All right, moving ahead. You want to know what a great woman this Emily Carstairs Ferguson was? Glad she's gone. This woman keeps on getting better. So, okay. So first a private eye was like, how can you cheat on this man? And she was like, I didn't. Whoa. Wow. Didn't your daughters do that? Your daughters are doing the same thing. I don't want to hear it from you. And then her husband was like, well, you cheated on me with this woodsman. And she was like, didn't you do that to me? I'm pretty sure you did that with that chick from Pennsylvania. Okay, you cheated on me. And then now, this is now December 1913. Wait, I have a question. Wait. Pause. Bunny, pause. Didn't that woodsman predict that her husband didn't love her anymore, that he was going to seek a divorce, that the divorce would be granted, and that she would die soon after? And then the divorce was granted in 1911. Did she die soon after? Because now it's 1913 is why I'm asking. And she's still breathing. Oh, wait, orange chicken? Something? Oh my God, Kathy Lee. Oh my God. I want it. I want it, please. Yes, please, I want orange chicken. Sorry. I got derailed. Okay. So now it's 1913 and she's not dead. So I don't think George knew what he was talking about. Sues rich woman for unpaid bill. Who does that sound like to me? Who doesn't pay their bills? Let's read on. Emily Carstairs Ferguson, the wealthy Philadelphia woman who was the defendant in a startling divorce proceedings brought in the Superior Court here by Walton Ferguson, Jr. of Stamford. Walton? I thought it was Walter this whole time. That's a typo. About a year ago, has been sued for $3,000. $3,000 in 1913. By what clothing label from 1913 do you think is going to sue this rich woman for not paying for clothes she bought there? Which clothing manufacturer, designer, whatever brand do you think is going to sue Miss Emily Carstairs Ferguson? The former. JCPenney, all right. Someone who was around in 1913. Macy's, Sears. She was very upscale. She was taking him out. Woolworth, whatever. Sears. Another vote for Sears. Sears. My throat's going to hurt so bad when I'm done with this. Sears Roebuck. Oh, it's government name, Tina. Woolworth. All right. Has been sued for $3,000 by the Abercrombie and Fitch Company of New York. They obtained a judgment of $2,277 against Mrs. Ferguson in the New York courts, which they cannot collect. In the divorce proceedings, Ferguson named a half-breed Maine guide as a co-respondent. Why are we talking about that here? What does that have to do? That's the whole article. Why did they just throw that on the end? I didn't know either. What? Oh my God. I'm telling you, this was 3 a.m. for me. And I was like, what? What? And they're like, where's my money? Listen, Fitch. Listen, Crombie. And Aber. Jesus. So she's not dead yet. It's been about a year, they say. So here we go. Here we go forward. Forward in time, because we don't have to wait for time to march on in the old newspapers. Okay? I know he's so guilty of everything. Everything's his fault. He's out there walking around wearing Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh. So he's a Maine mountain man. Abercrombie and Fitch. So they don't sell t-shirts to men, do they? He was just out there with no shirt on. Out in the mountains. Smelling all musky. Oh, I'm sorry. I know, right? It's not over yet. So here's the headline. We're now February 22nd, 1916? Postpone fight alimony in Ferguson case. What? They already said she doesn't get alimony. What are we're doing this again? It's not over. That's right. The fight by Emily Carstairs Ferguson, member of the millionaire Carstairs family of Philadelphia, to obtain back alimony. So she's like, I should have been getting alimony this whole time. Where is it? And they're like, we told you didn't get alimony. And she's like, where is it though? What state are you from? California. 5 years after the divorce. It's the text. 5 years later. Back alimony from Mr. Walton, they're saying Walton now, Walton Ferguson Jr. of Stamford, will not be started at the present term of the Civil Superior Court. State's Attorney Cummings, who represents Ferguson and has this whole time, is busy in the Criminal Superior Court, and the case has therefore been postponed until March 14th. When Ferguson obtained a divorce here in 1911 on the ground that his wife had been too friendly with what do you think they're going to say? I have to scroll up and find it. Half-breed guide in the Maine woods. Yup, it is. So glad you could join us. We're so happy you're here. California. The court ordered him to pay alimony of $800 a month. But wait, that wasn't in the newspaper I read. This must have been something that happened in between that and the Abercrombie and Fitch lawsuit. Mrs. Ferguson declared the first 4 payments were not made. Where's that money that I ended up getting from you, even though they told me that I wouldn't? Where is it? Her claim was assigned to her brothers, Daniel H. J. What is going on in this family? All right, so Daniel H.J. Hazeltine and James Cost as Jid. What does JD stand for? It's not junior. What does JD stand for? James Carstairs, JD, who are plaintiffs in the present action. So he said, oh yeah, he has to pay you alimony, but he has to pay it to your brothers because you're a girl? What? Because why? Why did the brothers get it? They didn't have to be married. What? Juris Doctor? What does that mean? ACF is for lumberjacks. Okay. Ferguson, who is one of the richest men in Stamford, has filed a cross-complaint in which he says Mrs. Ferguson violated the terms of the divorce decree by refusing to let their daughter, so she's stealing from clothing places, she is not paying her bills, she is accusing everybody of the things she's doing. You cheated first, nuh-uh. Aren't your kids doing that? What? I'm going to tell everybody about your family problems. She's this horrible person. And now she refused to let their daughter Frances return to her father after her vacation in 1913. This woman. Ferguson alleges his wife poisoned the child's mind so that she wrote a letter to her father expressing loathing and hatred of him. Tale as old as time. Oh, Esquire. The story should be buried because nobody cares. Okay. Then don't listen to it, Nemo. I care. So much more than I should. Do I give off that vibe there, Michigan? Rates stadiums? Rates? Do you just go around and go, 5 out of 10? Like, what? Boring. Let's see. The husband also claims Mrs. Ferguson has refused to return the child to this state. She's out of state, despite his frequent demands upon her. Obituary. All right, then it goes on to an obituary. All right, so she's not a good person. She's a bad person. Fire sword, start at the beginning. All right. You will enjoy the ride. Where does this start? Episcopalians, the fund. All right, here we go. The alimony suit brought by Emily, I thought they called her Amelia for a second. Emily Carstairs Ferguson of Philadelphia against Walton Ferguson Jr. of Stamford and Fisher's Island. Oh, let's include the island. We can't talk about him without his island being involved. History is worthy to be known. It is. I already did, man, and you didn't subscribe, so... Liar! Full of crap, liar! Liar! Has been settled out of court after all of this wasted time and taxpayer dollars and press pages and ink. They settled out of court. Mrs. Ferguson brought the action claiming that her husband has refused to pay $300 a month as agreed upon when they were divorced in 1911. Now, this is 1916, which means she's not dead yet, is she? That guy was not psychic, was he? It doesn't take a psychic to know your husband doesn't love you. He's going to divorce you. Oh, dear. Okay. Oh no. All right. This isn't over. We have 2 more. Okay, guys? 2 more. 2 more articles about this. perfecto. Oh, thank you, Francisco. Obrigado. All right, so now we are now in 1923. Ask $24,000 of Walton Ferguson Jr. of Stamford. 1923 now. So this is quite some time after the divorce, okay? Executor of the will of Mary W. Carstairs alleges default of agreement to pay $300. Who's Mary Carstairs? We're talking about Emily Carstairs. Daniel H. Carstairs et al. Of Philadelphia, executor of the will of Mary White Carstairs, deceased, has brought suit for $24,000 in the Superior Court, Bridgeport, against Walton Ferguson, Jr. of Stamford, alleging default of an agreement by which defendant was to pay $300 a month to his former wife, Emily Carstairs Ferguson, or her assigns, whom he divorced on December 9th, 1911. On December 24th, 1913, the rights of Emily Carstairs Ferguson under the agreement were assigned to Mary White Carstairs. So now it's not going to her brothers, it's going to her mom, I'm guessing? Is this a mom? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Who has since died? The action is brought by Daniel H. Carstairs, J. Hazeltine Carstairs, and James Carstairs Jr. There are two James Carstairses, Juniors, as executors of the will of Mary White Carstairs. Their family was identified with the Carstairs Whiskey Company. So her money comes from whiskey. She's a whiskey woman. Oh my God, she comes from whiskey money. So she's divorcing a Coke man, and she's a whiskey woman. Who would have thought that whiskey and Coke would never get along? Who would have ever thought that these two would not work out as a couple? For many years. Neglected to pay. The complaint states that the defendant has neglected and refused to pay the monthly stipend as agreed since November 1st, 1917. It's 1923 now. Where you been? In violation of the terms of the contract. Attorney Leonard M. Daggett. Oh, we got a new lawyer. Of New Haven is counsel for the plaintiffs. Emily Carstairs was a Philadelphia belle at the time of her marriage to Mr. Ferguson. The amount of the action covers payments due totaling $18,000 and accrued interest. A probationary. Oh, so she did need that money. And the last article here is dated Friday, March 7th, 1941. So this is 30 years after the divorce. She was supposed to die soon after her husband got a divorce in 1911, as was the psychic prediction of the mountain man, right? So now here we are in 1941. Mrs. Emily Carstairs Ferguson, 71 years old, of 1224 Anastasia Avenue, Coral Gables, died Thursday at the residence following a short illness. A winter visitor from New York City, she had been here 5 months. Surviving are a daughter, Miss Frances Ferguson of Stamford, Connecticut, sister, Miss Maria C. Brooks of New York City, and a brother. So she outlived one or two of her brothers. I don't know how many Jameses there were. I think there was 2. James Carstairs of Philadelphia. Services will be conducted at 3:30 p.m. Saturday in the Combs Funeral Home. Place of burial has not yet been chosen. I think she should be buried in the Maine woods. I'm just saying. So that, my friends, is where we end this tale of this awful, awful woman who does not honor anything ever. The end. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know, right? Dude, Giselle, I read this all night and I was so into it. I was so tired, but I was like, when did she die? Like, I have to know. Did she ever get her money? I don't think so. I don't think she did. I bet her family, her whiskey family, could claim it still, and the interest would be insane today. Michigan, you're still here? Oh my God. My throat hurts a little bit from shouting so much, but it deserved the volume. Sorry to my bunny who had to listen to the volume, but it deserved it. It deserved it. Anyway, yeah, so that was drama. I know it's not like Spooky Saturday, but there was a psychic prediction in there that turned out to be so close. 30 years off, give or take 30 years. I don't know. So close. Darn. Thank you. Yay. Dude, this was the episodes of Gossip Girl 100 years ago. Whew. It was quite a ride. I really enjoyed this story. I really enjoyed finding these people and giving these people voices. And I would love to see a picture of the half-breed guide. Because he better be like, I mean, he was wearing Abercrombie and Fitch before it was cool. I don't know. It was very Kardashian, right? Hi, Shadow. Oh, what a journey. I'm so glad you guys came along on that ridiculous story with me, with small little breaks in the middle to yell at people in the chat. You need a drink while doing this. Wouldn't that be good? I mean, my throat would have probably appreciated it, but we could have had a drink every time they said his full name or something. Every time they say half-breed, take a shot. But like, every time they insult the mountain man for no reason, he's not even part of this. Oh, we should have had like Carstairs whiskey or something. Honey, yes. I'm going to have, definitely. That's a good idea. You just keep saying Stanford dudes. Let's see. Shot. Prohibition. It's got to come out of your bootleg. You got to drink it warm, body temperature. That hits the spot. But would the prediction have been right if she didn't think, oh, well, he's going to divorce me, so come here, half-breed mountain man? That's true. If he hadn't told her, you'll die, I wonder if she would have just been like, if he was just like, your husband's going to divorce you, and then we can be together forever, she might have been like, okay. And then she would have died, tragically, in a DUI on her horse and wagon. I bet there were way fewer DUIs when people were on horses. Because a horse isn't going to like, I don't know. Anyway. So I've been here for almost 2 hours and my throat hurts and I need to eat something. And then I actually have to go close the park because I did not do that yet. I locked everything, but I didn't clean a darn thing because I wanted to hurry up and get here and do this with you guys. So I have to like put on not a dress. I'm wearing a dress under this. There's a dress like I'm a girl. And then I have to put on like boots and cold weather clothes and go out there and do the things. Oh, they had drivers back then. That's true. Somebody this wealthy would have a driver anyway. Yes. So she would have, I bet if she was out with her little trapper keeper, her little hunter man, I bet they wouldn't have had a driver. Oh, but if it was out in the open, yeah. Only 33. How old do you think I am? You guys, the newspaper is from 1911, not me. I don't care. Whatever. Yeah, I'm like, I look really good for my age. I'm 100 and I'm not good at math. Don't make me math. I'm a cowgirl? Sure. If by that you mean I think cows are effing adorable. How dare you, Mark? How dare you? But yes, cows are adorable and they have long eyelashes and fluffy soft ears, and I love them. I also love that they kill a lot of people every year. Thank you for watching Spooky Saturday. I have no idea what I don't know what tomorrow brings, so I don't know if I'll be able to do Marilyn Monday. I will try, but I don't want to like promise anything. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Kathy Lee, for being like on it today. Sorry that I needed your help so much. I'm all pushing on my throat, leaving marks. I was in the sun today too, so I think I got a sunburn. I do not. I shouldn't be allowed in the kitchen at all. You can check the rest of my channel, wherever that button is, if you want to see how bad I am in the kitchen. Almost as bad as I am in the bedroom. I'm just kidding. Lovely story. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you guys being here. That was so much fun to read. And it was more fun to give them voices out loud and not just like giggle in the dark like I did last night trying to read it. I didn't read some of them all the way through. I was skimming just to see what happens. So I think that other article where her mom died, I thought it was her. And then I saw the other one that said she died in 1941. And I was like, a lot of this I did read for the first time with you guys. I skimmed it the first time because I had to know what happened. Thank you guys. Sorry I went like frozen for a second there. Thank you, Kathy and Lee. I appreciate you. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm really going to try to be here Marilyn Monday, but I have no idea what's happening. I don't know what the coming days bring. I think I have a ghost tour Monday and Tuesday, but I'm not sure. And I don't know if I'll be able to do those. I have no idea what's happening. So I will let you guys know in Discord. If you're not in Discord, and you're not one of the crazy, annoying troll people who made me yell at you tonight, then you're welcome to join Discord. Send me a message on Instagram, ashleyasmarilyn, and I will send you a Discord invite so that Kathy Lee doesn't have to post it to all the weirdos. And then I will see you guys. Yeah, I'm definitely going to I have my tea book up there. So I'll make some tea with some honey. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me. I have a whole pizza sitting here too that I have to eat. I'm not singing anything tonight now, Mark Tripp. If you want to hear me sing, back it up a little bit because I sang a couple of things tonight for some reason because I'm a glutton for punishment. All right. Thank you guys. I love you very much. I really appreciate you guys being here. I don't know how to express that like enough that it feels like you don't know how much it means to me. I wish I could express it better, but I'm weird. And that's the best I could do right now. So thank you all very much. I'm not worthy. And I'll see you guys as soon as I can. Thank you. Good night. Spooky Saturday. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da, ba-ba-da.